Welcome back to our final segment of the Press Club on DBS. This is Saturday night, as every Saturday night, and for the second Saturday evening, we have Laura Jean-Pierre as our guest. Laura, as you know, in case you didn't know, she is the host of Newsmaker Live, DBS Newsmaker Live, where the issues in the news are dealt with on a weekly basis during a 90-minute program.
90 minutes.
You have 90 minutes of being able to call Laura and share with her and question her and share your comments and your views on any issue in the news. Let's go into the debate about debates, Laura. As you know, the South Castries Youth and Sports Council organized two debates in two South Castries seats. And in both of those instances, the opposition candidate did not turn up, and there's been a whole discussion as to why and why not. I want to go beyond that into the debate about debates and tie it to the more general debate about the need to change the tone, the tone and content of our election discussions, pre-election discussions. We're in an election campaign that is just getting off the ground, and the young people are saying, listen, you're complaining that we don't want to get involved in politics, but here we are showing that the way we want to get involved in politics is to invite you, the politicians, to come to speak to us about your plans for youth and sports in our constituencies. And you're saying to us that, you know, we didn't go about it right and we didn't call, etc., etc. And the Youth and Sports Council issued a statement in which they said, listen, while they are disappointed that the politicians concerned did not show the level of political maturity they expected from people wanting to contest for their votes in the 21st century, they are nonetheless pleased with the response of the public, in that the public's response has shown that St. Lucians are increasingly fed up with the politics of the past and support the need for debate. The Voice newspaper and everybody else who has commented have supported the town hall meetings introduced by WVent in Soufrière and in Castries. Everybody is talking about the need to have round tables, the need to bring the discussion in a way that is reflective of what we see in the debates currently right now in the United States presidential debates. These things are going to be going right alongside our campaign. So what can we learn from there? I would like your views on the debate about debates, and then we'll go into the role of social media. But debate about debates, what's your take on that?
I think it's absolutely a wonderful thing that to move into this. I remember the very first town hall meeting that WVent put together in Castries between I think it was Claudius Preville and Dr. Ernest Hiller, and I think it was marvelous. I mean, the first thing that struck me was there were two doctors. So we had the Dr. Claudius Preville, we had the Dr. Ernest Hiller, and I want to make that clear before I say Dr. Ernest Hiller and I say Claudius Preville. So I want to make sure that nobody's going to jump down my throat when I leave here, you know, and say, you know, you big up one, you didn't the other, and they both have the same designation in terms they have a doctorate.
You're being politically correct.
I'm being politically correct. Let's yeah. But I think it was a wonderful thing, and I think the level of debate was good. I think both were very passionate. I think there was a little picong here and there, but it didn't degenerate into Mepui and Mauvelang and a type of market square or boulevard type of platform kind of performance. I love that. There were times when you picked your interest and you sat there and you listened and you observed. And I know for a fact, because afterwards I spoke with people, and there were people who were sitting on the fence who kind of understood things a little bit better.
The debate helped them
be in
a position to make an assessment.
Right. Now, what I would have loved to see is that the momentum pick up and that they will continue at least one a month of that kind of debate. But we kind of dropped the ball a little bit on that because, you know, it didn't continue. continue throughout. But I'm very happy that the youth are now picking up the baton from that and spurring that on. So for me, it's disheartening when people do not attend. I think it's a great opportunity that's being missed for whatever reason. I think you need to work with the youth. And if we're saying that the youth didn't go through the right channels, I mean, people have been known to cross the floor because they were hungry. So if these people could do it, like parliamentarians can do it, maybe
do you think the media has dropped the ball?
I think so. I think we need to be more proactive. I think we need to be more, we need to follow through more. I think we have a story and we report on the story, but there's no follow through on what happened after that and going back, what's the field going on the ground. And I think this is some of the things that we can learn from international press, every day. I have this particular friend of mine. Every day, oh my gosh, you would swear she's an American. She doesn't even live in America. She lives in Suriname, for crying out loud. And my goodness, she's on the ball every day, so incensed following the debate, because at the end of the day, whomever the president of America is going to affect us. It's going to affect the world. So we need to follow through on these kinds of things. And I think this is the time is right for us as the media to push that agenda, not just allow the Youth and Sports Councils to do it on their own, but to work in tandem with them and to ensure that they do it the right way. That the people,
for example, the Youth and Sports Council meetings in the constituencies can be aired live.
Because again,
by radio and TV
and by television.
So you take the constituency to the nation.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, what's happening in Castries Southeast is not just unique necessarily to Castries South. To Castries South. At the end of the day, I'm living in Labrie, but I may be able to say, oh, we have that problem, and I would like to hear what my parliamentary rep has to say on that. I would like to hear about what what
are the plans for the Millennium Highway that you have to drive up on every day?
Exactly, all of those things, and I think we can extend that and work with them to create a greater platform.
The young people have put their hands in the air and said, listen, we're ready to do this, and we will continue, and we hope they continue, and that the example set by the South Castries Youth and Sports Council will be embraced by the National Youth Council, and that other councils in other constituencies will do the same.
Absolutely.
And in fact, Mr. Shastney, the leader of the United Workers' Party, did say that it's not that his party is against, and the but was that they would like credible persons to be the organizers. Now that doesn't go down well with the young people, because it's suggesting that they're political or they're not credible. However, the issue of
hold on, Earl, on that point. You'd like to see credible people, such as?
No, it doesn't say who.
You know what I'm saying? Such as. So because maybe if you give an alternative, then maybe they can work on that. And maybe it may not necessarily be one person.
All that position said was that we're not working with these Youth and Sports Council.
Well, maybe I won't want to put words in his mouth and say that's what it is. But again, speculation is right. That's what he means. And I mean, when you leave it open-ended, you leave yourself open to those kinds of criticisms, and well deserved. My point is, maybe there are other ways to do it better and to take it up a notch. But if you're just going to leave it open-ended like that, then you're not doing yourself a service. You're not doing the people of the country. So as a matter of fact, you're leaving it wide open for people to speculate. And once people are speculating, they never come to your reality.
Which is why, I mean, we talked last week about the challenge or the invitation by the Agriculture Minister to his predecessor. That challenge has been out there a month now. You know, he's saying, listen, I'm the present minister, you're the past minister, let's get together to debate agriculture yesterday, today, and tomorrow. All I want is that it be moderated by the press. The Media Association hasn't picked it up. No media house has picked it up. The UWP hasn't responded. Mr. Ezekiel Joseph himself, as the person, hasn't responded.
There's an issue with that. I mean, And you ask the question, what's the media's role? Well, maybe the opposition will not answer, and maybe they're waiting for somebody else
to call.
So why aren't we
a credible organization?
Right,
why
right.
don't the media association
use
use that as an opportunity to interpret it as the credible organization?
Absolutely.
My final question, because we've come to the end. Could you answer that in 30 seconds? Do you think that the social media has a role in the upcoming election? Just give me your 30 seconds. I think we'll have to come back on that another time.
Absolutely. I think social media plays a role, but the mere fact that the vast majority of young people are tapped into that, and that is your captive audience right there. And as a marketing executive, as somebody a marketing practitioner, that is where I would go. This is where you targeting young people. Go to where they are. Maybe their watering holes are not a physical brick and wall, but it is in cyberspace. Right. So let's go there.
Folks, thanks again, Laura, for being with us. I think, like I said, the social media, the role of the youth in social media, or the role of the social media in elections, and the use of social media to attract youth into elections. I think we'll have to invite you again next week to discuss that, Laura.
Absolutely, as long as you'll have me.
Okay, so folks, there it is. Thanks for tuning in this evening to this evening's edition of the Press Club. I'm Earl Buska on behalf of Laura Jean-Pierre, saying thanks for viewing, thanks for tuning in, and inviting you to join us again next week right here on the Press Club.